Hey guys, I'm just here to share with you a project, or a couple projects I guess, that I completed. These are a couple cards and an altered letter for a swap that I'm in. I will start with the cards. I'm going to do this super fast. So the collection I use for both the cards and the altered letter is this one here by My Mind's Eye. It's called Blackbird, and it's a kit, and it comes with 9 sheets of 12 by 12 paper and a coordinating accessory sheet. So some of the items I either fussy cut from the paper or other items were from the die cut sheet. So we'll start with the cards. So the first card that I made, it says, Happy Halloween. I used one of the die cut pieces and I popped it up on some chipboard, and I used a ribbon behind the die cut, and this die cut was just blank in the middle, and I actually used some tiny alphas. I don't remember what the company is or what the name of the company is right now, but I'll add it as a caption to this video somewhere around here. And I added some Want to Scrap bling on the right hand side of the card, and I used one of the pages, or one of the papers that came in the kit, as the background for the front of this card. And on the inside I added 4 photo corners on the inside. I used Coordinations cardstock to make this card, and I like the weight of this paper, which is one of the reasons why I used it. And all the papers that I used, I inked the edges. So these photo corners have their edges inked, and on the front, the die cut here also has its edges inked, and the base paper I used also has its edges inked. So the next card is this one here. It's a bit simpler. So this one here, the middle cutout was actually cut out from the die cut page, or the accessory sheet that they call it. And what I did on this one is I also used Coordinations cardstock, but I embossed it with one of my embossing folders. I think it's a Sizzix embossing folder. And then I used my Coordination sanding block tool thingy to sand down like a lot of the raised edges. And then what I did was I used my black soot distress ink to edge the sides on both sides of the card, so you can see the detail there. And then after I did that, I put some braid trim down each of the sides as well, just to kind of finish it off, because without the 2 sides of braids, the middle Happy Halloween die cut kind of looked like it was floating, and I didn't like that so much, so that's what I did. On the inside of this one, I didn't really do much to it. I just added one of the borders that came on the accessory sheet, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this card as well. Now for the altered letter. So this altered letter, it's a paper mache letter. However, it's not one that you can find at a local store, because the local craft stores here don't sell paper mache letters. So I actually had to make this myself. I used a tutorial I found online to do it. So I printed out a letter. In this case, it's a letter S for my partner's first initial of her first name, and I then cut it out of 2 pieces of cereal box, like a chipboard, and then I cut, I think, a 2-inch strip, or a few 2-inch strips to go all the way around on the edges as well. And then I taped everything together, and then I started paper maching it with newspaper, and then I primed it with gesso, and then I painted it with black acrylic paint. And then to get the sheen that you see, I used some gel, some glossy, I guess, I don't know what it's called, gloss gel medium. And then to alter the front of it, I used the same paper collection, one of the sheets from that same collection, and then I used a trim, or a lace trim, for the edges to go all the way around to give it that ladder-like look. And then on top of that, I added some more of that braid trim And then what I did was I started actually embellishing. So I added this flower here. This is a handmade flower I received in a rack. And then what I also did was I cut out these birds. There's that bird, this bird, and this bird. And I cut out this cat as well, and this extra pumpkin. And then I also cut out the whole house, and it had little pumpkins stuck to it, or attached to it, I guess. And I put that at the front, so it's kind of like a scene outside on the S. The stars were from the accessory sheet, so I didn't need to cut those out. And then I added some more want to scrap bling on the inside of the trim to fill in the background on the S. And then in the windows here, you probably won't be able to see it, but I use crackle accents on the inside of the, oh, there we go. I use crackle accents on the inside of the windows there, and then I use glossy accents on all of the eyes of the creatures in the scene, and see more crackle accents there, and more glossy accents on the cat eyes, glossy accent on that bird, and like glossy accent as well on this bird. See, I'm trying to get it so it'll show. Well, anyways, so that is the most recent project I completed, the altered letter and the cards. I'm going to be shipping these off tomorrow once I wrap them up after this video. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.